Desktop audio. There we go. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the slight delay. My power went out because, of course, it had to. It went out literally like right as I was uh, about to go live. But it's all good now. Everything's good. You know, it wouldn't be a VTuber stream if there wasn't some technical difficulties. But yeah, this is the first this is session 0 part 1 of anti-isekai. uh I'll explain everything momentarily, but RN, do you want to give a little introduction to yourself?
Yeah. Wait, the character or
Oh,
me?
just you.
Oh, okay. Wait, because you said RN, so I was confused. All
Oh.
right, I am. Some people read as N13, but I am Merlin, phonetically pronounced. See, it's a little. Never mind. I'm not gonna. Okay. Anyways, I'm fairly new to streaming-ish or whatever. I've done it in the past, but I am a fairly new PNG tuber or tuber into this landscape. But I do know a decent bit of D&D. I've been a forever DM. Luckily, I haven't been recently, which is nice. My friends have been DMing, and now I'm a player in another game, which is nice. So
Nice.
yeah.
Me myself, I've been playing D&D for about 3 years now. I've ran
Mhm.
3 campaigns before, uh and they always tend to just go off the deep end. uh
Yeah.
Power
At least
scaling.
okay. Here's the thing. At least you didn't. For me, this is my mistake. Was I did a West Marches campaign right off the bat. I didn't realize how terrible of an idea that was until I ran it. And do you know of like what West Marches are?
I do not.
So you'll 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 get the depth of my stupidity. West Marches is basically you start in like a single like center town. It's a way to let people hop in and out of like campaigns. You can basically the idea is you have like a big group of people. Four of them come to you and they're like, okay, we want to run a campaign at like this time, and then so you do like a little quick adventure. But basically, you start from like a tiny town that goes into wherever. It's like an open world campaign essentially,
Okay.
and anything can happen essentially. So and all those campaigns like a little like will mix with each other and like affect each other and all that jazz. But yeah, basically an open world where you just do whatever. And so it was yeah, I did that first time unplanned. It was like it was really stupid.
I can imagine the toll that took on your sanity.
I learned later of like so then luckily the next thing I did after that was running Curse of Strahd. So I ran like an actual like supplement or what's the name of that? What's the name of a what are those called again? When it's a
Uh,
pre-made campaign, there's a word for it. Not
Module, I think.
supplement.
I think.
Module.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Module.
yeah.
Yes, I ran Curse of Strahd. I learned way better of like how to like make a campaign and how to like let the players like still move about like but not and not railroad them completely, but still keep it like on track and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of learning early on.
See, one of the things I learned early on is be careful on how you make custom items. Just because
Ooh,
I
yeah.
gave like I gave some players some interesting items, and
Mm-hmm.
uh let's just say
Interesting items are fun. Interesting items are fun, but yeah, if they're custom, oof.
I had one character who, like, their whole thing was like they were just jumping and like Goomba stomping things. Uh
Oh, it's amazing.
Near the end of the campaign, they were able to reach Mach 28, enter the atmosphere, and come back down within 5 seconds.
That's awesome. That's a freaking Dragoon class. That's amazing. That's straight up Dragoon. Oh, that's so good. I've seen that as like a custom class, whatever, like where people took the Final Fantasy Dragoon class and made into a sub thing of like fighter. It's really fun. But that from that is that wait that was just from the item?
Well, that was like from a combination of items, and like
Yeah.
the player was min-maxing specifically to get as how much of a jump as they possibly can. Just
Yeah.
because my two friends who I played D&D with, like, they basically know everything about the game. So like they just like breaking it at times. Like, okay, if I stay within the bounds of the PHB, what ridiculous things can I do?
Yeah.
And they do so many.
Uh, oh my gosh.
So
Like
I will
there's the reason why that like freaking rules are or there's like a 10-foot pole, or why like, oh yeah, bring a bunch of chickens into a dungeon so they can set them to have themselves to traps. Man, when I heard that's how like optimization was like early days of D&D, I was like, what the crap? What? Why?
uh,
That's funny. It is
uh,
funny.
but yeah, so a little spoiler, this is my second run of this specific campaign. It's a
Ooh.
custom campaign I'm making. Uh,
Hmm.
and I'm going to be basing it mostly off of D&D rules and stuff, but there will be a few curveballs thrown in. It'll be
Oh
pretty
yeah, for
clear,
sure.
but like
Yeah.
uh yeah, it'll be kind of clear what kind of world this is pretty quickly. Uh
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
so yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. Let me switch up the scene. Uh roll 20, come on. Oh wait, am I currently in the... I'm not in my proper thing. There we go. Because I have to have two windows open, one
yeah,
as
yeah,
the
yeah,
player
yeah,
screen for recording, the other for yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's fair.
so there we go. Okay, so everybody, I need to get into my story voice. Oh, that was actually a real call.
It sounded real. I was like, wait, that wasn't just you clearing your throat. That was a real call.
For over 100 years, heroes from another world have entered ours. They assisted in defeating of the evil demon king, and later on to help us in other ways. But as more and more heroes kept coming, they started to have little to do. The people of our world then became these heroes' playthings. They would abuse us, rip us off, steal our children, and so much more. Soon, these heroes established their own government, which ruled over all the lands. Systems started to be put into place to make it so all heroes can have their own Demon King slaying adventures. And so our town, once renowned for its cheese, became a starting town, a place where fresh heroes would appear, learn about the world, level up, and leave for greater purposes. Any valuables were either stolen or taken to more higher level areas. And so we all eventually became puppets, playing a role for the heroes. Though none of us dares say it out loud, there is a burning desire to take our world back and return it to the way it once was. In addition, eventually, as the heroes started to take over the world, they realized quickly that once they defeated the Demon King, they got all the treasures they wanted. There was very little to do. Sure, they had a monopoly and total control over the world, but what do you do once you're at the top? And so the seven strongest heroes decided to create a certain system that would coincide with the hero system. There would be seven dynamos controlling seven large territories of land. And while they would all be under the same general government, the seven dynamos would essentially act as those areas' governors. And to make things interesting, once heroes defeated the Demon King and become true heroes, they would be given a title, and to make things a little bit more spicy, they would be given a plot of land, with a few we'll call them slaves. Yeah, slave is the right word. And they will basically have war games, slowly build their areas, by fighting other dynamo. If one dynamo loses to another, they would fall under the authority of the other dynamo. And eventually, the goal of the heroes is to acquire enough power and land to challenge the seven main dynamos and become one of the seven. And from there, they just protect their territory, mingle with other heroes. All the while, the citizens of this world are just, well, no one really cares about the NPCs now, do they? They just look at them, pretend they don't exist, and carry on their warmongering, all the while having their harems and other such things. So, it is in that starter town that was once known for its cheese, whose name was lost to time, only being known as the starting town. It's a dark and dreary night. A fresh batch of heroes are expected to arise as summoning condition 302 is occurring. In a dilapidated part of the city, our heroes, the protagonists of this tale, are living their meager existence, living in relative peace from the rest of the city's hero service. Now we're going to change to a tavern. Boom, boom. A building with lights causing the windows to shimmer lit up the dark streets. Yips and hollers, songs of merry, tales of a week gone by, all of this indicated a swell time. And why not? It was the weekend, and it was time of rest. Rumors of a new batch of heroes were going around, but heroes never came to this part of the city, at least not anymore. So the people here, though not living the best of lives, were free to cut back and enjoy themselves. And what better way to do so than with a few drinks with friends? Earl, a small yet round orange tabaxi, was at the counter taking orders. Whenever an order was taken, he would turn back to the kitchen. Hey, Ren! We got an order over here! Add a bit extra, 'cause why not? Oh, right, right.
I'm coming.
Ren, this guy wants some fresh pulled pork and some gravel. Do you need me to write that
On my
down?
way, sir.
Ah, good, good, good. What's that? What a good training dummy. And as you're making your way back to the kitchen, uh, you can see into the tavern, and it's a relatively full house. There's about 6 people at the main bar, and just people scattered throughout the tables. Uh, do you want to have a look around, or do you just want to go back to the kitchen?
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Okay, so for the most part, there's a lot of people keeping their heads down. Uh, generally, like,
Here.
but you have like a few people who are, up and chatty. You have a halfling janitor, Asmoth. They are a human tabaxi hybrid. Uh, they are somewhat like they look a little spooked, but they're trying to enjoy themselves. Then you have a tabaxi who is very very old. You know this as Tabby. She is she's unemployed, but she knows basically everything about the area. You have Rosa, who is an elf, um, a rare thing to see in this area, who helps take care of the tavern. She's the one who takes the orders, but right now she is currently dealing with a spill. Uh, you have a hooded figure who is kind of sitting in the corner. Uh, they're relatively new. You don't think you've seen them before, but they're just sipping a glass uh, that you're fairly
Of?
certain is full of nothing.
Oh. Okay.
Like, it's a clear glass, and you can't see that there's just no liquid in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Does it look
uh,
like they're mimicking like their drink? Like is
it you can roll a perception check to see if
yeah.
yeah. Let's see.
14.
14? Yeah, that's enough to basically see that they fully believe they're drinking something, but they are just quite literally drinking nothing.
Okay. Sure.
Like their full body is doing like like whenever you
Okay.
drink water, like your throat
Yeah.
moves around
Yeah.
a little bit. Like they're do like
Mhm.
they're doing the full steps. It's just
Mhm. Mhm.
nothing is actually going into them. But
Sure.
there's a few other patrons, but you could tell that like they just want to focus on drinking and just not really interacting with others.
That is fair.
And the general layout is you basically have like it's almost pretty much like the image I have. Like you have a few tables, uh,
Mhm.
and then there's the bar area where the where Earl is, and then there's a door from the bar area that leads to the back where the kitchen is. And the kitchen has your standard amenities. Uh, Electrical appliances do exist in this world. However, this tavern doesn't really have the finances for that. So you have like a stone brick oven, uh, a fire with a pot over it, uh,
Mhm.
and no refrigerator. So you don't really have the freshest of meats. You have basically whatever you can find out back in the alleyway.
Sure. Nice.
And yeah, that's it for all the notable people in the tavern.
I wrote none of that down, so I'm sorry for the
I
bad take. I was like, I should be taking notes. I'm bad at taking notes.
it's no problem.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just bring out the order for the new heroes.
Okay. Uh Now would your character like have food prepped ahead of time or would they like cook as orders come in?
I think for this type of it's not big enough where I think it matters that much. So because there's not really any like you really can't pre-prep like there's no we don't have any refrigeration I'm guessing or anything like at
Right.
most like I'm guessing like salt or like I know for like taverns the whole thing is like you have a stew that's like going the entire time that you always just add into and just take out of and it's just the day's soup. So
Yeah. And that's what the gravel is.
yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Then then it would have been then it would be easy like to like set out then
Okay.
if they didn't ask for anything else in particular. So yeah.
So, yeah, like you grab the food, you prep it. Uh
Hmm.
would your character is your character like are they detail oriented or they just kind of slop everything together and just go like it's a tavern? Uh, Presentation doesn't really matter.
Oh, very detail oriented. In fact, like I'm guessing like the state of the tavern looked very different before Ren came in here.
Yeah,
Ren would just like any time like if someone slightly like if everyone from a table left and it was just slightly off, he would correct it the slightest degree. He can because you can tell whether or not it's off. So everything will always be within place.
good, good. I'm Earl definitely appreciates that. He's getting a little
Yeah.
bit old, and Rosa the elf, she's relatively young when it comes to elves, but
Mm-hmm.
she just doesn't fully care about details. Like she's kind of a little bit of a slob.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, she definitely appreciates you helping her clean up.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean that comes from my like other occupation.
Right. Which we will get to that in a
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, so you make the plating look really nice and presentable. That's one thing that people really like about this tavern because the part of town you're in is not really the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
So having a really clean place and like having the questionable well I'm sure you like your character puts their all into making everything but like it's not high class cuisine but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you give enough of a bit of a flourish and like present it in a way that lightens up the day.
Yeah, yeah.
So you bring it out to Earl turns to you, he smiles, goes, good job, Roby. Yeah, you make these old bones proud.
Thank you, sir.
You know, I've been thinking of retiring. It's been a long one. And I mean, well, Rosa's a sweet girl and all. Like she seems like she wants to be any other place but here. So, I mean, we'll have to go to the city council and stuff for it, but and I know you're busy dealing with the Adventurers Guild and all that. But would you mind if I gave you ownership of the tavern?
Hmm. I've never thought about owning something.
I mean, isn't that pretty much what you do with the Adventurers Guild? Like, you're the only one there. So, I mean, you practically own the place. No one ever goes there besides you.
I'm more of a steward, but
Well,
I'm willing to take over for this place.
okay. Good, good, good. That means that you'll have to, manage the finance. Oh, wait, you already do that. You'll have to manage when we open it. Nope, you deal with that too. Uh,
Oh shit, I do a lot, damn.
you'll have to find some grouchy old man who could stand up here and interact with the customers. Rosa, as she's bussing some cups to the counter for you. Uh, Earl, you barely do that yourself. You just kind of sit there laughing to yourself constantly. Ah, Rosa, Rosa, Rosa. But you need the old weird bartender to do that. How else are you going to have an authentic tavern vibe? I guess. Hey, RN, here's some dishes. There's a few more uh over there, but I didn't want to go near that robed figure. They're kind of giving me the heebie-jeebies. But yeah, you're free to take care of it. I'm gonna go on my break now. And with that,
Alrighty.
she kind of just goes over to the corner and pulls out a very primitive looking tablet thing. Uh, that you would hear is a smartphone, but it's definitely an older model. And she's just kind of tapping away at it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Classic. Nokia.
It's like a Lenovo tablet, like
Yeah.
super thick.
Mm-hmm. Break someone's head. That's for
Y-
sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's just a stone tablet with magic on it. That's what the earlier models were. Before they were designed.
I mean, for this area though, it's like super high tech because
Oh
everyone's
yeah,
still
I
like,
imagine.
but like because you worked for the Adventurers Guild, like you have a somewhat of an idea of technology. Like you
Yeah.
know that the heroes from other worlds, like as they were mostly weebs and shut-ins, uh,
Mm,
they either use their cheats to bring technology over here or uh, they created it themselves. So there's a little bit of a fantasy modern day mix, uh, which sometimes leaks in. But you would have a bit more intimate knowledge of this than most other people.
yeah, it's not like odd to me at all. Let's put it that
Yeah.
way. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'll go grab the dishes by the weird dude. He doesn't seem threatening at all. He's just weird.
Yeah.
So I'll go grab those dishes.
So as you get closer, you just see that like the hood is completely covering their face, and like they weirdly don't have hands. Like
Okay, that's getting
like
less inviting.
they're like at first when you were far away, like like they you weren't really questioning like how they were lifting the glass because like their
Yeah.
robe covered their like what their hands should be. But as you're getting closer and as you're approaching them, like you're noticing that like nothing is actually gripping the cup and like they're still drinking it. And as you noticed before how there was nothing in it, like the glass is actually just bone dry. Like no liquid has just ever been in it.
Yeah.
And can you do another perception check for me, please?
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay. Yeah. So that's enough to basically tell you that this is not a cup from this restaurant. Well, this tavern. Like it's close, but like you wash enough of the
Heck not.
dishes.
This guy
It's
brought in his own cup. What the heck?
and they're still just sipping away. Like they don't even they don't even acknowledge your existence.
Does
Uh
it look like a ghost? Do they look like what? I.
there's not besides not being able to see a hand on the cup, there's not you can't really get a good view, like no matter how you look
Yeah.
at them. It's kind of like an optical illusion. Like no
Yeah.
matter like how you try shifting your position like how you position yourself, you will always be facing like the same direction of like their hood is just covering where their face should be.
Yeah.
It's a
Definitely
little
feels magic-y, essentially.
it's definitely unnerving.
Yeah. It's like that illusion where you can, no matter which perspective you look at it, they're looking at you, except it's the opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I mean, so are there dishes near them, or is it just the cup?
They're at one table. The dishes are on the table directly behind them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll go grab those dishes and I want to get a closer peek because piqued curiosity.
Okay. You can do another perception check if you want. But it's you pretty much got enough to see most of what this character's about.
Yeah, most of like what's possible essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm tempted to do a thing. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna accidentally drop a plate into them,
Okay.
specifically in the direction of the rope, like center of body, like not just the arm, but like center of body.
As the plate uh collides with them, they are going to just completely vanish, like robe, cup, and all, leaving
Okay.
nothing there.
Okay.
No one else seems to notice what is going on. Only you see it.
Yeah. Did anyone else mention it, or was it just or was it just Rosa that noticed? 'Cause Rosa
Uh,
mentioned.
Rosa did mention it, but no one else has mentioned it.
Huh. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't think I'm smart enough to think from here. This is weird. There's nothing like left behind at all. Like literally, just everything like completely vanished. Like
You can do another perception check.
yeah.
Does your character have any arcane knowledge?
No, well, it's just no. I don't have any proficiency in them. Like my intelligence is just straight 0. So
Okay, yeah. So you can just do another perception check then.
okay, another 12.
I'd say we can give you advantage because you clean this place regularly. Plus,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go with that 18.
Okay.
This area is exactly how you would have left it. Last time you cleaned the area, so probably about an hour ago. It's
Yeah.
exactly the same. There's not even like a slight divot in the cushions. Well, in the seat.
Yeah.
Nothing has been there. Like even the dust is still the same.
Did we even see them walk in, or did they just appear there?
You can go and ask. You would have been in the kitchen while this person would have come in.
Yeah, I'll ask Earl. Like Earl or who else was the it was the who's the half
Asmoth.
Asmoth, yeah.
So
ask Asmoth or Earl.
Okay. Uh, uh, I didn't. I didn't see. Well, I've definitely been looking at the door. Nah, for no reason. I just you know,
Mhm.
just how people look at the doors. Nothing to be But no, I didn't see any road figures come in. I would have definitely noticed a road figure come in uh uh or sitting, in a corner being really suspicious. I For no reason, just I'm just gonna shut up now before I'm Earl, can I please have another drink, please? Uh, he is just now drowning himself in
Yeah, for
alcohol
sure.
to
Yeah,
calm his
yeah. I would have,
nerves.
I would have, I would have recommended the same. All right. My guess is I'm gonna assume. I think at this point that Earl didn't actually notice anything. I don't think Earl notices much, as far as I can. I think he's too busy hosting, anyways.
You
So I'm
would,
gonna.
yeah, you would yeah, you know him well enough that like he rarely pays attention to who comes in.
Mhm. I'm just gonna talk to Rosa, I guess, because she's the only one that noticed at
There
all.
is
Like that was a rope figure there.
there is the area elder Tabby who,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll do that. I'll do typing too.
well, hun, uh, I did see the real figure, but I just figured it was one of them weird adventurer sorts. Not a hero, but one of the people who just kind of, what is it? Like they do like prep work, uh, like they go from the theme park and like they walk around the trail, picking up all the weird stuff, making it presentable. I just thought it was them because like they're supposed to be all like shadowy and not seen because they don't want to break the immersion of the heroes who are coming. So I thought it was just one of them. But I definitely did see them. I don't know when they got there though. I didn't see them leave either. Yeah, it's just, but you know how people are. Sometimes they just phase in and out of places that sometimes they phase out. Like I told this one time, I had a pet cat. I know it's weird, Tabaxi having a pet cat, but I just wanted a pet cat, to just do assert dominance. And one day I was trying to feed him, and the little bastard just vanished on me. Next thing I know, they're on my head. I don't know how they got there. At this point, she's just going to be continuing to ramble off into nonsensical stories.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fair, fair, fair. Okay. Dang. I feel like I'm gonna get no answers here, which is great. Great, great, great. All right. Yeah, I'll go talk to Rosa. Will be the last person I talk to, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, like I tried talking to the road person like a little bit, but like they just like said nothing. So like, you know, and like, I offered to fill their class, but like they said nothing, and like if they don't say anything, I'm not going to do stuff. So like,
Fair.
but like they were constantly looking to like the kitchen. So like I assume they wanted some food, but they never spoke up. So I'm just going to leave it to you to take their order.
They kept looking at the kitchen.
Yeah, like they just kept looking at the kitchen, like I was expecting it to come out a bit sooner, but like they just kept looking at the kitchen though. Like I didn't see their face though, but like they moved their weird hood thing to look at. Well, at least I think they were looking at the kitchen, but like, you know, they were definitely not looking at Earl. So like I think they were looking at the kitchen.
Huh. Okay.
Anyway, I'm on my 5 minute break, she says 20 minutes later. Uh,
Yep. Hmm.
so she just shoos you away as she turns her attention back to her phone.
Okay. Hmm. Can I check out like the alleyway or outside or any? I'm just gonna like take a quick like loop de loop around the tavern to see if I see anything. Like if they've, I don't know, like teleported outside or something for some reason.
Sure, you can go for that. Uh,
Yeah.
it is currently raining, but
Oh, I mean, I don't care.
yeah. So yeah, it is raining. The streets, they're relatively quiet. Like the only lights that are currently flickering are the ones from the tavern. Everywhere else is pretty dark. That's because like it's reaching about 1 a.m. So like about an hour before the tavern closes.
Hmm.
Uh, but it's relatively quiet. Like this area does like it holds a lot of older people, so they're generally in bed by like 8 p.m. So you don't see anyone on the streets, uh, and as you make your way around the tavern, uh, everything is exactly how you normally put, like,
Mm-hmm.
arranged it, because you specifically take care of the area around the tavern. Everywhere else is just kind of like it's not quite within your jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah. You can see a literal dust layer in the alleyways
Yeah,
of where I've dusted.
and yeah, you just make your way around. You don't see anything. You don't see anything odd. Uh,
Okay.
and as you're making your way back to the front, you do see a uh, plate armored individual entering the tavern.
Okay. How clean is the armor?
It is polished to a T. Like
Okay.
it is reflecting all the light, almost kind of like a prismatic shard.
Okay. I am. Does the town have? The town doesn't have a guard. I'm assuming. So I'm guessing this is. I'm
Uh,
just gonna.
yeah, this area does not have guards.
Yeah. Okay. I know. Okay. Well, trouble. Okay. Is there a back way that I can go in? As I see that, I'm just gonna like try to. Can I head through like the
Yeah,
just
so
back door?
in the direct back of the tavern, there is the door that you use to go out to collect meat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll head in through that door and see what I can see from the kitchen. I guess.
So, I'm not gonna have to do a perception check. Almost immediately, you can see that like it is a clearly a human hero. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if the armor wasn't enough, like they have a giant warhammer. Uh, they have long blonde hair, blue eyes, uh, and like it looks like they have gotten either extensive magic work done on them or plastic surgery to like have almost like the most chaddish face they cannot possibly
Yeah.
imagine. Uh,
Sure.
and
I imagine they have magic, so when he was walking there out in the rain, there is no rain on him. The magic just keeps the water off of him, so he is still pristine as he walks in.
he calls it his Chad aura.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he immediately just starts bossing people around like, you know, it's not a direct like line from the door to the front of the counter. Like the door's off to like the side, and like you have to go in, make a left to get to the counter. He starts ordering people to pick up the tables, which are bolted into the ground, pick up the tables and move them out of the way so he can not have to expend any more effort to get to the front of the bar. Uh,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
if they, of course, tables are bolted down. So instead of, walking around it, he just walks
He just
straight
walks
through it
through it. I
effortlessly.
knew it. God.
And anyone who is in his way, he just pushes out of the way, like he doesn't even notice them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's a older individual who is sitting, and talking to Earl. Earl hasn't noticed this guy coming in. Uh, and the hero, he says he turns to the older gentleman. Move. Older gentleman is, too engrossed in his conversation with Earl. So, the hero just picks the guy up and just tosses him with just like his top two, like his thumb and his index finger, just picks him up by the scruff and just tosses them, no issue. Hey, bartender, I want a drink. Well, I mean, you could have asked a little bit nicer. Nicer? Do you know who I am? Uh, I can't really say I do. You don't? I'm the legendary hero. I mean, there's a lot of them. Like, isn't everyone who meets the...
Earl, I can take this man's order for him.
No, you stay back. I'm talking to the old man. Old man,
Alright.
I said I want a drink. I mean, well, you didn't say what kind of drink you want. Do I need to specify? I am the legendary hero. My drink preference should be known across the world. I mean, you can't. That's really unreasonable. Anyways. Wait. I are you already drunk? Like, I may not be a spring chicken myself, but like, as a bartender, I could tell when someone's drunk, especially on not my stuff. I'm sorry, hero, but like, if you're already intoxicated, especially on on other people's stuff, I can't have you drinking here. What? It's it's. I mean, uh, I mean, you can ask the robot, you can ask Rosa, you can ask Tabby over there. Like, I don't serve people who come into my establishment drunk off other people's stuff. It's just weird. It's weird. You don't go into a bar already drunk. You don't do it.
There's no point.
So what you're saying is you're refusing to serve me. I mean, that's exactly what I said. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It seems he doesn't understand English.
Well, I really didn't think it would come to this. The hero starts to grip his giant warhammer and pulls it out. Well, just starts, pulling it
Yeah.
off of his back, and he just picks up the counter just with his bare hand
I'm
and
gonna
just
grab Earl as soon as I know this is where it's going. Can I try to grab Earl?
yes, you can make an attempt to grab Earl.
Yeah, can I do athletics?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, okay. So you do grab Earl as the hero picks up the counter and just tosses over his left. You pick up Earl, you put him over your shoulder, and like you're already in the kitchen. However, just like the Terminator,
Oh no.
the hero literally just walks straight through the wall, like
Mhm.
makes a perfect hero-sized hole inside the wall and is already in the kitchen. You can make another athletics check to see if you can move yourself and Earl out the door before him.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah.
Ah, yeah. So, let me think how I want to do this. So you make your way partially outside the door, but you're able to make it out okay, but the hero grabs onto Earl's arm as you're grabbing onto his legs. Uh, I would say, would this be a grapple? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go grapple.
yeah. If you could do a grapple check for me.
Okay. I think if I remember correctly, so is it? Are we doing? Wait.
Yeah, let's
I'm
be.
trying to grapple Earl.
Yeah, you're trying to grapple Earl and yeah,
I think it would just be competing athletics checks then, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oof,
Earl, no.
oof. Yeah, that would not be enough to Earl just slightly it's also like since it's kind of raining outside, like and uh Earl kind of has balding legs. A little bit of water kind of got onto Earl's leg, causing it to just kind of slip out of your grasp. Uh
Mhm.
and as soon as it leaves your grasp, the hero doesn't care about holding on to him any longer. Like as soon as you drop him, the hero drops him as well, and uh with one fell swoop, the hero brings the hammer down onto Earl's head, uh, causing you and quite a bit of the kitchen to get covered in Earl's brain
Strawberry
matter.
sauce. Yeah, strawberry sauce. Yeah.
Yeah. So Earl, the hero, he's not going to acknowledge you. He looks around. He sees a few casks of alcohol in the kitchen. He goes over. He picks one up with one hand as he's putting his warhammer back on his back, and then he goes back into the main tavern area. He looks around. At this point, mostly everyone ran off because
Yeah.
I mean it was clear what was going to happen. Rosa, though, is still on her phone uh, in her own world. Uh, and the hero sees her, and he takes an interest. So he's going to go over, and he's just going to pick her up, like with his free hand, and he's going to just start leaving the tavern.
All right. I punch this guy in the back.
You can go for it.
Actually, I'm gonna throw a. I'm gonna just go do a throw a hand axe.
Okay.
Which will basically just they're actually cleavers.
Okay.
Like meat cleavers. So I think let me see if I can do that. But I forgot how to do what throwing with the. It's thrown. Is it still the same +5 or is it would it be plus dexterity?
Um.
It'd be 2 less than to hit.
Yeah. Well, like, would you still be in the kitchen, or would you have followed him?
Oh, follow him.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you do have direct line of sight. So
Yeah.
I'd say we could add that +5.
All right.
So 14. Unfortunately, that would not that would just bounce off of his thick armor.
Yeah. I'm not
and
trying to hit him. I'm trying to like annoy him.
And he is not even noticing. Like, that was not enough to even. But you can try again.
Then I'll do it again. Yeah.
Ooh, that one though, it's gonna make a loud thud against his armor. And he's just gonna turn around, and he's just gonna stare at you. Can I help you? Robot.
Greetings. I am
Hi.
RN-Z00, and I will be your training partner today.
Listen, I am a busy hero. Do you think busy heroes train? No. Busy heroes.
While he's busy doing his little thing, I'm gonna attack him.
Okay, go for it.
I don't care about monologuing. I'm pissed and annoyed. I don't care about his monologue.
He's still just gonna go on his monologue. At this point, he's talking about how he so elegantly shoved a bad guy slightly out of the way. And how he did so with a gorgeous gorgeous flowing golden mane.
I'm gonna get some soup and toss it onto him.
Yeah, you definitely have time to do that. He's in full-blown monologue mode.
Yeah. Cool. Perfect.
And I'd say you could.
I'm gonna stop some soup on him. I'm gonna just do while he's in the monologue mode. Actually, I'm gonna grab anything I can, and just hang it on him while he's monologuing.
Okay.
I'll just hang it on like pieces of his armor or whatever. I'm just gonna hang stuff on him and just annoy him. If I can't hurt him, I will be the most annoying person in the world. I'll start stuffing stuff. If he doesn't care, he doesn't seem like he's attacking me. So I'm just gonna start stuffing stuff into his armor. I'm gonna like start poking him. I'm gonna be the worst.
He is going to basically be completely unfazed until you do something with his face.
Yeah.
The moment you do anything to ruin his complexion,
I stuff a green onion into his nose.
All right. I am going to need you to make me a strength save.
Yeah, for sure.
Nope. So basically, he is just going to tap you on the forehead, and your whole body is just going to be frozen. And he's going to rip the bell pepper out of his nose. He's going to crush it. He's going to he's just going to slam it onto Rosa. Damn fucking whatever the hell you are. How dare you throw a pepper at the woman after I saved her from this cruel bar. I don't need this. And he's just going to walk out, and he's just going to disappear. he's just yeah, you know that heroes just have a Hearthstone that they can teleport back home with at will.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just straight up gone. And the paralysis that he hit you with doesn't last for long. Like it lasts about 10 seconds, but it's enough for him to get away.
Yeah.
And as you get back up, the tavern is kind of a severe mess.
I start cleaning.
Okay. Where would you start cleaning at?
Earl.
Okay, so as you go to Earl, you notice something off. Like, besides the head, which is off,
that was awful.
there's
The
actually
worst.
there's actually now a dagger with a note embedded in Earl's chest, which
Why? Okay. If you're gonna put a note, why? Okay. Never. Whatever. I'm over it. I'll grab it. I love you, Earl, but man, I'm just okay. What does the note say?
the Earl. The note that was on Earl says, "Tired of heroes? Come to the Adventurers Guild as soon as you read this. It is time for this to end."
All right, yeah, I'll head over to the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
I like to clean, but I'm so pissed.
Okay. So yeah. So you make your way over to the Adventurers Guild, and as you're making your way down there, like, can you make me both a perception check and a just a wisdom check, like just a flat wisdom check.
Oh, okay, yeah. Ooh, a double check, I love it. Okay, I am super wise.
So you see the robed figure from earlier, and like they're kind of phasing out of reality as they're directly in front of you. Like it's kind of like you blink one moment, like they're kind of there, you blink another, and they're not there. And that just kind of happens the entire way to the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
And as you get there, you have a very ominous feeling that like you normally don't have when you come back here. Like something about the guild is, and do maybe a perception check with advantage, please.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so you can definitely tell that individuals have been entering here. Something that has not happened in a while. And
since I've last been here, since since I've gone to work, like people have been in here.
Yeah, and
like, recently.
you see the robed individual just phasing through the door.
Okay. I will follow.
Okay.
The only way in is through, so.
And let's see.
Is that where it ends? Is this
No.
Okay.
Can you make me one Yeah, can you make me a wisdom save?
Oh, save.
Yeah.
No, okay. All right.
Well, ooh, okay, that's actually pretty decent. Yeah. So, you feel like something was trying to paralyze you, but it didn't work. A voice just kind of chuckles. Stronger than I thought you would be, is all you hear as you enter in a very
Thank you.
I've decided this now. This character will answer voices sent into his head out loud. So.
But as you enter the room, you see three other individuals, all with black bags over their heads, currently bound, as you're kind of just standing there, with the feeling that you should also be in their position, but you overcame whatever force tried to do that to you.
Dope! I'm the best.
And with that, um, that's about it. Like for this session,
Yeah, let's go.
you're with the three others. That last part is the other three may not be bound because you're the first. We'll see how they handle things.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it might change. Yeah, for
and
sure. Nice. Dope.
once the other three get their session zeros in, then we can actually, go out of our way to schedule session one, where you guys get to learn who this robed individual is and maybe
Dope.
get revenge.
Sweet, sweet. I will make sure to pack some green onions for that guy specifically. When he is, I know. I'm gonna call my shot. Either I die or I get a freaking green onion stuffed into that guy's nose. That is my called shot right now.
I will give you
It
one
will
thing.
happen.
Uh,
Mm-mm.
you do know who the seven legendary heroes are, like who the seven like main
Ooh, and
dynamos
this
are.
was one of them.
This was not. Uh,
Oh, okay.
as far as you know, he's just kind of a nobody.
Ah, okay. Okay, he was just an ass.
Yeah,
A general ass. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So, what?
Well, then some other heroes knows. Then we'll get a green onion stuffed into.
So,
That is my goal.
as the DM, what is it that your character wants in life? Like, if they were given opportunity to go on a grand adventure, what would they want to do?
Hmm. I've always thought that the general character concept I had for when I made this boy, because I've tried to have him in a couple of different games, which just never other campaigns never worked out. But in general, this boy just wants to learn fighting styles. That's why he's going to be a battle master and all that jazz and that idea. But just roaming around, just meeting other types of cultures and fighting styles, because he's always been stuck at home. So learning and meeting others, it's just seeing others. He doesn't have to necessarily learn them, but like seeing the coolest freaking like martial masters or something like that, or and learning from them or something like that. Essentially.
Okay, all right, that's actually very possible. Uh,
Yeah.
one
Nice.
thing we can also add, because so the type of training you dumb you are isn't well, it is kind of uncommon. Uh,
Mm.
mainly because like heroes prefer live targets,
Mm-hmm,
uh,
mm-hmm.
as how grim that sounds. Uh,
Yep.
originally, though, uh, you weren't a well, you weren't always a training dummy. Before, you were just kind of a blank slate. You don't
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
remember
Yeah.
too much of your past, though. All you know is that there's a distinctive mark uh, on your left shoulder that says microsap.
Microsap?
Yes, microsap.
Microsap. Okay.
And
Is it a maker? Oh,
you have that is a strong suspicion that you have.
yeah. Is it a what's it called? Mark? A maker mark? I forgot what those are called for. My friend's a pottery. What are those called again? Dang it, there's a name for those.
It's more like a logo, kind of like uh,
Yeah, yeah. No, it
yeah,
is like
yeah, yeah.
it's like that indent thing that people like. Yeah, right.
Branding?
Like yeah, there's a name for like the specific thing though. It's like a
Ah,
mark, something mark, like make it work, whatever. It's
yeah.
it's all the same thing essentially. It's just I just want to be high horsey and remember the name of that. So where is that? It's on my shoulder.
Yeah, your left shoulder, and
Okay,
right below it there is
micro what? Micro.
microsap, like MICRO, then
Yeah,
dash
yeah.
SAP.
Ooh, okay, cool. Okay, cool.
And there's also a what seems to be a barcode underneath it, but it's been scratched and faded from all your training encounters.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that easy. Yeah, and I'm definitely a worn out model. Like I definitely have a bunch of scratches and stuff. I don't think I'm guessing there's no one in the town that has mending.
Uh, no, everyone is just kind of like any person that knows like any low level magic was taken by adventurers as companions.
Yeah, yeah, fair. Alrighty. Okay, cool. Ooh, yeah, mystery. Love it.
And
I am excited.
yeah, that's all I have for today. Uh,
Yeah.
we got you in place, and we have a few mysteries going on.
Yeah. Nice. I am excited.
I am too.
This is gonna be
Like,
fun.
my idea for this campaign is just kind of be like a mix of Konosuba and the
I
boys.
I mean, I figured the map from the map, like, that's. I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna see was over. The fact that I recognized that from
Wait,
our
it was from
previous
Konosuba? Like,
Isekai,
I just went to Google and just typed in Isekai City.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's the Konosuba one. I'm fairly certain.
Like,
Uh,
let me pull it up.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm like 90. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Konosuba.
I think you
It
might be
is.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe you accidentally got it. That's amazing. Cause I was like, I thought that was intentional. I was like, okay, cool. I know the mood because you did this. You mean no? You didn't do this by accident. You did this intentionally because you knew that's what the mood you was going for, right? Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
But yeah.
Totally intentional. That's what we're telling their players. It's between you and me. I like that. That's a good mix. Konosuba and Boys is a good. I like that's a thing I learned in film with doing your pitch, your elevator pitch. You mash up two whatever genres or titles or movies or whatever, and then
Yeah. Like,
properties.
whenever I ran this campaign before, I didn't watch The Boys at that point. So
Mhm.
like it was a little bit more kind of like on the silly side, but I kind of want to
Yeah.
take it like you know how The Boys are like both serious but also kind of like it takes its own
Yeah. Yeah.
piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see how it goes though.
Yeah.
Definitely expect some weird homebrew stuff to happen.
Oh, I assume so.
So,
I as and that's good to do because I tend to I also try to do my best to turn off my DM brain. Like if I recognize a monster, I'm like, I know nothing about this monster. Don't even like I will touch a mimic. I know you're not supposed to, but I will touch all the mimics.
well, here's a fun thing. I've
Mm.
learned that mimics can actually be people too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a more are you talking about that creature that was made recently by
Yeah,
someone?
yeah.
Yeah. I love that's such it was such a good monster. And like the story for that monster, ooh, so creepy. So good.
Plus,
Freaking love that thing.
one of my roommates, like they're making their own alt PHB, which has
Mm-hmm.
like a bunch of weird stuff in it, and like
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to make it like he's trying to like make his own like kind of module book. So
Yeah.
I will be going in and ripping that off.
Oh,
Uh,
do it. Yeah.
I also have my own. The I forget what it's called, but like it's a chart where like you have to roll a D10,000, and like it has like a list of like so many different things that can happen. Uh,
Oh, yeah. Like different
yeah,
prompts and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have my own version of that, and that will come in handy
Nice.
later. Uh,
Nice.
it will
Oh.
become obvious what's happening, but let's just say
Oh
some
no.
weird stuff can happen.
Oh no. It's like a deck of many things, but you could just invoke it whenever.
Yeah. So basically, like, if any of you went with Warlock, I would have given you an option to go with a certain patron, uh, and that
Okay.
patron gives you a bit of a flavored Eldritch Blast.
Ooh. Party ball flavor, a party ball Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast. Oh my god, words. Oh, sounds amazing.
But yeah, so this is this is gonna get weird quickly.
Yeah. I'm fine. Yeah, do it.
All right,
Oh,
but
I never expect full vanilla anyways for any campaign unless they're like running like a module or whatever. So I'm just like, eh.
but yeah, it's been great. We hit about an hour. That's nice. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, just keep an eye on Discord and my lovely viewers. I'll be posting any session uh updates on Twitter once we get the other three session zeros out of the way. Uh, we will definitely get to s- session one is currently planned. I want to say I had it on the 11th, but that entirely depends on if we can get the other three done before then, which I think I might. So tentatively, things are session one is planned for August the 11th.
Okay. Same time.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. It was fun.
Yeah, this is
And,
fun.
and thank you viewers for, always being beautiful. Uh do you have any final words to say?
Eat your rice.
You hear that? Eat your rice. I'd also recommend adding broccoli to that, and peanuts.
Mhm,
Just gotta get a little bit of protein in.
Yeah, it's a good crunch. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, later losers.